Once upon a time, in the heart of the African savanna, lay the village of Amani. This village, surrounded by the whispering forest, was known for its rich traditions and vibrant culture. The forest was named for the way the leaves rustled secrets of old, carried by the wind. Among the villagers, there was a young woman named Nia. Nia was known for her beauty and grace, but also for her fierce independence. She had a deep connection with the forest, often spending her days wandering through its mystical paths, listening to the ancient whispers. One evening, as the sun began to set and the sky turned a brilliant shade of orange, Nia heard a peculiar sound in the forest. It was not the usual rustling of leaves or the chirping of birds. It was a soft, melodic hum. Intrigued, Nia followed the sound deeper into the forest. As she walked, the trees seemed to part for her, guiding her towards the source of the music. In a small clearing, she found an old woman sitting by a fire. The woman had a serene presence, her eyes reflecting the wisdom of ages. She introduced herself as Mchawi, the guardian of the whispering forest. Mchawi told Nia that she had been chosen for a special journey, one that would test her courage and reveal her true destiny. "You must go to the farthest corners of the forest," Mchawi said, her voice gentle yet commanding. "There you will find your path, but beware, for it is filled with challenges. You will need a companion, a guide who knows the forest better than anyone." Nia felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. "Who will be my guide?" she asked. Mchawi smiled and gestured towards the shadows. From the darkness emerged a tall, handsome man with eyes that glinted like the night sky. He introduced himself as Kofi, a skilled hunter and protector of the forest. Kofi had an air of mystery about him, and Nia couldn't help but feel a sense of comfort in his presence. "Together, you will embark on a journey to discover the secrets of the whispering forest," Mchawi continued. "But remember, trust and respect are your greatest allies." With those words, the adventure began. Nia and Kofi set off into the heart of the forest, unaware of the challenges that lay ahead. The trees whispered their secrets, and the path ahead was uncertain, but Nia felt a sense of purpose. She knew that this journey would change her life forever. As Nia and Kofi ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew cooler and the sounds of the village faded into the background. The trees towered above them, their branches intertwining to form a dense canopy. Every now and then a ray of sunlight would pierce through, casting a magical glow on the forest floor. They walked in silence, the only sound being the soft crunch of leaves underfoot. Nia's mind raced with questions about the journey ahead. What secrets would they uncover? What challenges would they face? She glanced at Kofi, who seemed calm and focused, his eyes scanning the surroundings. After several hours of walking, they reached a shimmering stream. The water was crystal clear, reflecting the vibrant green of the trees and the bright blue of the sky. As they approached, Nia noticed small, colorful fish swimming gracefully in the stream. The sight was mesmerizing, and for a moment, all her worries seemed to melt away. "This is the enchanted stream," Kofi said, breaking the silence. "It is said to have magical properties. Many who drink from it experience visions of their past and future." Nia knelt by the stream and cupped her hands to take a sip of the cool, refreshing water. As soon as the water touched her lips, she felt a strange sensation wash over her. Her surroundings blurred, and she found herself standing in a different place. It was her village, but it looked different, older. She saw her parents, younger and full of life, and then she saw herself as a child, running through the fields with carefree joy. The vision shifted, and Nia saw herself in the future. She was standing at the edge of a cliff, overlooking a vast, beautiful landscape. Beside her stood Kofi, and together they seemed to be facing something important, something powerful. The vision faded, and Nia found herself back by the stream, her heart pounding. She looked at Kofi, who was watching her intently. "I saw the past and the future," she said softly, "but I don't understand what it means." Kofi nodded. "The enchanted stream shows us glimpses of what was and what could be. It is up to us to interpret these visions and find our path." As they continued their journey, Nia couldn't stop thinking about the vision. She felt a deep connection to Kofi, one that seemed to transcend time. The forest around them seemed more alive than ever, the whispers growing louder as if urging them forward. With each step, Nia felt her confidence grow. She knew that the journey would be challenging, but she also knew that she was not alone. With Kofi by her side and the wisdom of the forest guiding them, she felt ready to face whatever lay ahead. As the days passed, Nia and Kofi ventured deeper into the whispering forest. The path grew more treacherous, with thick underbrush and twisted vines blocking their way. Yet they pressed on, driven by a sense of purpose and the whispers of the forest guiding them. One morning, as the first light of dawn broke through the trees, they reached a clearing where 3 ancient stone statues stood. Each statue represented a spirit of the forest Imara, the spirit of strength Nyota, the spirit of wisdom and Raha, the spirit of peace. Mama Jua had told them of these spirits and the trials they would face to prove their worth. The air was heavy with anticipation as Nia and Kofi approached the statues. Suddenly, the ground beneath them trembled, and the spirits appeared, shimmering with ethereal light. "Welcome," Nia and Kofi, Imara spoke, her voice resonating with power. "To continue your journey, you must prove your strength, wisdom, and peace. Are you ready to face the trials?" Nia and Kofi nodded, determined to overcome whatever challenges lay ahead. Imara stepped forward. "Your first trial is a test of strength. You must climb the tallest tree in the forest and retrieve a sacred leaf from its highest branch." Nia and Kofi exchanged determined glances and set off towards the towering tree in the distance. The climb was arduous, with branches snapping under their weight and the wind howling around them. Nia's muscles ached, but she pressed on, fueled by determination. At the top, she plucked the sacred leaf, its surface shimmering with a golden hue. Returning to the clearing, they presented the leaf to Imara, who nodded in approval. "You have proven your strength. Now for the trial of wisdom." Nyota, the spirit of wisdom, stepped forward. "To pass this trial, you must solve a riddle. Listen carefully. I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with the wind. What am I?" Nia pondered the riddle, her mind racing through possible answers. After a moment, she smiled and said, "An echo." Nyota's eyes twinkled with approval. "Correct. You have proven your wisdom." Finally, Raha, the spirit of peace, approached. "Your final trial is a test of peace. You must calm the storm that rages in your heart, and find inner tranquility." Nia and Kofi sat in meditation, focusing on their breath and the sounds of the forest. It was a struggle to quiet their minds, but slowly, a sense of calm washed over them. The forest seemed to respond, the whispers turning into a gentle hum, as if acknowledging their inner peace. When they opened their eyes, the spirits smiled. "You have passed the trials of strength, wisdom, and peace," Raha said. "You are now ready to continue your journey. Remember, the true strength lies within, and the wisdom of the forest will always guide you." With renewed determination, Nia and Kofi thanked the spirits and continued their journey. The trials had tested them, but they emerged stronger and more united than ever. The path ahead was still uncertain, but they knew they were ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. The forest grew denser and darker as Nia and Kofi ventured further. The trees, tall and ancient, blocked out much of the sunlight, creating an eerie ambience. The whispers of the forest seemed to grow louder, more insistent, guiding them deeper into its heart. One evening, as the last rays of sunlight disappeared, they arrived at a place where the darkness seemed almost tangible. In the midst of this gloom stood a colossal tree, its bark black as night and its branches sprawling like the arms of a giant. This was the domain of the Guardian of Shadows, an enigmatic figure known to protect the deepest secrets of the forest. Nia and Kofi approached the tree cautiously. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows. It was a tall, hooded figure with eyes that glowed like embers in the darkness. The Guardian of Shadows was a being of immense power, and its presence sent a chill down Nia's spine. "You have come far, but the greatest challenge lies ahead," the Guardian spoke, its voice a low, resonant echo. "To proceed, you must face your darkest fears and conquer the shadows within your soul." Nia felt a knot of fear tighten in her chest. She had always prided herself on her bravery, but the Guardian's words stirred something deep within her. Kofi, standing beside her, placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "We are ready," Kofi said, his voice steady. The guardian raised its arms, and the darkness around them seemed to come alive. Nia and Kofi were enveloped in a shroud of shadows, and suddenly they found themselves separated, each standing alone in a void of utter darkness. Nia's heart pounded as she tried to find her bearings. The darkness was suffocating, and she felt an overwhelming sense of fear and loneliness. As she stood there, the shadows began to take shape, forming images from her past moments of pain, loss, and doubt. She saw herself as a child, lost and frightened, and then as a young woman, struggling to find her place in the world. But amidst these shadows, a voice emerged, soft but clear. It was the voice of her mother, who had always been her source of strength and guidance. "You are stronger than you know, Nia. Trust in yourself." Nia took a deep breath and focused on the voice. She remembered the trials she had faced, the strength she had found, and the wisdom she had gained. She summoned all her courage and faced the shadows head-on. One by one, they began to dissolve, their power diminishing as her confidence grew. Meanwhile, Kofi was facing his own demons. The shadows showed him visions of battles lost, friends fallen, and the weight of his responsibilities as a protector of the forest. But he too found strength in the memories of his loved ones and the bond he shared with Nia. With determination, he banished the shadows, emerging from the darkness with a renewed sense of purpose. As the shadows dissipated, Nia and Kofi found themselves back in the clearing, the guardian of shadows standing before them. The guardian's eyes, once cold, now seemed to hold a hint of warmth. "You have faced your fears and emerged victorious," the guardian said. "The darkness within you has been conquered, and you are now ready to uncover the secrets of the Whispering Forest." Nia and Kofi bowed in gratitude, feeling a profound sense of accomplishment. The journey had tested them in ways they never imagined, but they had proven their strength and resilience. The path ahead was still unknown, but they knew that together they could overcome any obstacle. With the guardian of shadows behind them, Nia and Kofi pressed onward, the path illuminated by the glow of their newfound inner strength. The forest, once dense and foreboding, now seemed to welcome them, the whispers turning into songs of encouragement. After days of traveling, they reached a place unlike any other they had seen, the sacred grove. This grove was a sanctuary of life and light, filled with vibrant flowers, towering trees, and a crystal-clear pond at its center. The air was fragrant with the scent of blooming flora, and the atmosphere was filled with a sense of peace and serenity. In the middle of the grove stood a grand tree, its branches adorned with blossoms that shimmered like stars. This was the heart of the forest, the source of its magic and wisdom. As Nia and Kofi approached, they felt a powerful energy emanating from the tree, filling them with awe. Suddenly, the tree began to glow, and from its trunk emerged a figure, a woman of ethereal beauty and grace. She was adorned with a crown of flowers, and her presence radiated warmth and kindness. She was the spirit of the grove, the guardian of the forest's heart. "Welcome." Nia and Kofi, the spirit of the grove, greeted them with a smile. "You have traveled far and faced many trials to reach this place. Your courage and perseverance have brought you to the heart of the Whispering Forest." Nia and Kofi bowed respectfully. "We seek the wisdom of the forest," Nia said. "We wish to understand its secrets and protect its magic." The spirit of the grove nodded. "The forest has chosen you for this sacred duty. Its magic is ancient and powerful, and it is intertwined with the very essence of life. To understand its secrets, you must open your hearts and minds to its teachings." She gestured towards the pond at the center of the grove. "This pond is the mirror of souls. Look into its waters, and you will see the true nature of your souls and the bond that connects you to the forest." Nia and Kofi approached the pond and gazed into its depths. The water shimmered, and soon images began to form. They saw their reflections, but not as they appeared in the physical world. Instead, they saw their spirits radiant and intertwined with the essence of the forest. They saw their journey, the trials they had faced, and the growth they had experienced. As the visions faded, they felt a deep sense of connection to the forest and to each other. They realized that their bond was not just one of companionship, but of shared purpose and destiny. "The forest has chosen you as its guardians," the spirit of the grove said. "Its magic flows through you, and its wisdom is now a part of you. Use this knowledge to protect the forest and its secrets." Nia and Kofi bowed in gratitude, their hearts filled with a sense of fulfillment. They knew that their journey was far from over, but they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they left the sacred grove, the forest seemed to come alive with joy, the whispers turning into songs of celebration. Nia and Kofi walked hand in hand, their spirits united in their mission to protect the Whispering Forest and its ancient magic. The journey through the Whispering Forest had transformed Nia and Kofi in profound ways. With the wisdom and power of the forest now a part of them, they felt an unbreakable bond with nature and each other. Their next destination was the village of Mchawi, known for its council of elders who were keepers of ancient knowledge and traditions. As they approached Mchawi, the landscape began to change. The dense forest gave way to open fields and rolling hills. The village itself was a picturesque settlement with thatched roof huts, vibrant gardens, and a river that flowed gently through its heart. The villagers welcomed Nia and Kofi with warm smiles and open arms, recognizing them as the chosen protectors of the forest. The Council of Elders was a group of wise men and women who had dedicated their lives to preserving the history and traditions of the land. They gathered in a circular hut adorned with intricate carvings depicting stories of the past. The head elder, a venerable man named Baba Omari, greeted Nia and Kofi with a nod of respect. "Welcome, Nia and Kofi," Baba Omari said, his voice resonating with wisdom. "We have heard of your journey and the trials you have faced. The forest has chosen you for a great purpose, and we are here to offer our guidance." Nia and Kofi recounted their journey, from the trials of the three spirits to their encounter with the Guardian of Shadows and their revelation in the sacred grove. The elders listened intently, their expressions a mix of curiosity and admiration. "The Whispering Forest is a place of great power and mystery," Baba Omari said. "Its magic is ancient, and its wisdom is vast. To protect it, you must understand its history and the forces that threaten it." The elders began to share the legends of the forest, stories passed down through generations. They spoke of the time when the forest was in harmony with all living beings, and how its magic was a source of healing and prosperity. But they also warned of dark forces that sought to exploit the forest's power for their own gain. "There are those who seek to control the forest's magic," Baba Omari continued. "They are driven by greed and a thirst for power. It is your duty to protect the forest from these threats and ensure its magic remains pure and untamed." Nia and Kofi listened, absorbing the wisdom of the elders. They realized that their journey was not just about discovering the secrets of the forest, but about safeguarding its future. As the meeting came to an end, Baba Omari presented them with a gift, a carved staff adorned with symbols of protection and strength. "This staff is a symbol of your duty as guardians," he said. "May it guide you and give you strength in times of need." Nia and Kofi accepted the staff with gratitude, feeling a deep sense of responsibility. They knew that their journey was far from over, but with the guidance of the elders and the wisdom of the forest, they felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they left the village of Mchawi, the sun set behind them, casting a golden glow over the land. The path ahead was uncertain, but Nia and Kofi walked with a sense of purpose and determination. The Whispering Forest had chosen them as its protectors, and they would do everything in their power to honor that trust. As Nia and Kofi continued their journey, the whispers of the forest grew more urgent, warning of a looming threat. They traveled through diverse landscapes, from lush meadows to rocky terrains, each step bringing them closer to understanding the true nature of the danger that threatened the Whispering Forest. One evening, as they set up camp by a serene lake, the sky darkened with ominous clouds. A chill ran through the air, and the forest seemed to hold its breath. Nia and Kofi sensed that something was amiss. They stayed vigilant, their senses heightened by the growing tension. In the middle of the night, they were awakened by the sound of rustling leaves and the sight of shadows moving swiftly through the trees. Emerging from the darkness were figures clad in dark robes, their faces hidden beneath hoods. These were the Shadow Seekers, a group of powerful sorcerers who sought to harness the forest's magic for their own nefarious purposes. Nia and Kofi stood ready, their hearts pounding with determination. The leader of the Shadow Seekers stepped forward, a tall figure with piercing eyes that glowed with dark energy. He introduced himself as Malachi, a sorcerer with a deep knowledge of forbidden magic. "You have come far, but your journey ends here," Malachi said, his voice dripping with malice. "The magic of the Whispering Forest will be mine, and there is nothing you can do to stop me." Nia gripped the carved staff given to her by the elders, feeling its power surge through her. "We will protect the forest and its magic," she declared, her voice unwavering. "You will not succeed." A fierce battle ensued. The Shadow Seekers summoned dark creatures from the shadows, their magic clashing with the light and energy of the forest. Nia and Kofi fought bravely, their bond with the forest giving them strength and resilience. The staff in Nia's hands glowed with a radiant light, deflecting the dark spells cast by the sorcerers. Kofi, with his agility and combat skills, defended against the shadow creatures, his movements precise and powerful. He knew that their connection to the forest was their greatest advantage, and he drew upon its energy to bolster his strength. Despite their efforts, the Shadow Seekers were relentless. Malachi's dark magic was formidable, and he seemed to draw power from the very shadows around them. Nia and Kofi were pushed to their limits, their energy waning as the battle raged on. Just when it seemed that all hope was lost, the forest responded to their plea for help. The trees rustled, and a chorus of whispers filled the air. From the depths of the forest emerged a group of animals: lions, elephants, and birds led by the spirit of the grove. They charged at the Shadow Seekers, their presence a testament to the unity and power of the forest. The combined force of Nia, Kofi, and the forest creatures overwhelmed the Shadow Seekers. Malachi, realizing that he was outmatched, retreated into the shadows, vowing to return and claim the forest's magic. With the threat temporarily averted, Nia and Kofi collapsed to the ground, exhausted but triumphant. The spirit of the grove approached them, her eyes filled with pride and gratitude. "You have shown great courage and strength," she said. "But this battle is not over. Malachi and his followers will return, and you must be prepared to face them again." Nia and Kofi nodded, understanding the gravity of their mission. They knew that the rising darkness was a formidable foe, but with the support of the forest and its inhabitants, they were ready to continue their fight. As dawn broke, the forest seemed to come alive with renewed energy. Nia and Kofi stood together, their resolve stronger than ever. They knew that their journey was far from over, but they were determined to protect the Whispering Forest and its magic from the forces of darkness. The victory over the Shadow Seekers had given Nia and Kofi a brief respite, but they knew their journey was far from over. The whispers of the forest now spoke of unity and preparation, urging them to gather allies and strengthen their defenses. They set off towards the distant mountains, where the elders had said they would find other guardians of ancient magic. As they traveled, Nia and Kofi shared their story with the villagers they met along the way. They spoke of the trials they had faced, the wisdom they had gained, and the looming threat of the Shadow Seekers. Their words inspired many, and soon, they were joined by a group of brave souls willing to stand against the darkness. The journey to the mountains was arduous, but the growing group of allies provided support and companionship. They passed through dense forests, crossed raging rivers, and climbed steep cliffs. Along the way, they encountered various challenges, but their unity and determination saw them through. When they finally reached the mountains, they were greeted by the Guardians of the Peaks, a group of warriors and shamans who had dedicated their lives to protecting the ancient magic of the land. The leader of the Guardians, a wise woman named Amani, welcomed Nia and Kofi with open arms. "We have heard of your journey and the threat posed by the Shadow Seekers," Amani said. "The time has come for all guardians of magic to unite. Together we can protect our land and its sacred power." Nia and Kofi shared their experiences and the knowledge they had gained from the forest. The Guardians of the Peaks, in turn, shared their own ancient wisdom and techniques for harnessing the power of nature. The exchange of knowledge strengthened their resolve and prepared them for the battles ahead. Under Amani's guidance, the group began to train and strategize. They learned to harness the elements, channel the energy of the land, and work together as a cohesive unit. The bond between them grew stronger with each passing day, and they felt a renewed sense of purpose. As the preparations continued, Nia and Kofi realized that their journey had come full circle. They had started as individuals seeking answers and had become leaders of a united force. Their connection to the Whispering Forest and its magic had deepened, and they felt a profound sense of responsibility. One evening, as they sat by a fire overlooking the vast landscape, Nia and Kofi reflected on their journey. They spoke of the challenges they had faced, the lessons they had learned, and the friends they had made along the way. "We have come a long way," Nia said, her eyes filled with determination. "But our mission is not over. We must protect the forest and its magic, not just for ourselves, but for future generations." Kofi nodded, his expression serious but hopeful. "We are stronger together. With the support of the Guardians and all our allies, we can face whatever challenges come our way." As dawn broke, they stood together, ready to face the new era that lay ahead. The rising sun cast a golden glow over the land, symbolizing hope and renewal. The journey had transformed them, and they were now leaders, protectors, and guardians of ancient magic. The Whispering Forest, with its secrets and wisdom, had chosen them for this purpose. Nia and Kofi knew that their journey would continue, but they were no longer alone. They had the support of the forest, the Guardians, and all those who believed in their cause. With hearts full of courage and spirits united, they set off towards the horizon, ready to protect the Whispering Forest and its magic from any threat. Their story was one of bravery, unity, and the enduring power of nature, a story that would be remembered for generations to come. There are a lot of lessons to be learned from this story. I would love to hear your opinion in comment section. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and press the red button to subscribe to my channel. Bye.